What is up, my Facebook family, my Instagram family? I have you both live right here, right now. So, I am Amy Louise Cash. For those of you who don't know me, if you have just started following me, if you've been following me for a while, I am your catalyst for truth. And I am here today to share with you my 3 online dating profile musts. And the reason I'm doing this is because I myself am online dating right now. And now, wait a second. If I'm looking away from this screen, it's because I'm looking at my Instagram screen. And if I'm looking at this screen, it's because I'm looking at the Facebook screen. So bear with me. If you are jumping on this live, please either on Instagram, Facebook, write me a comment, send me some love across the screen. Hit the little love heart button because I love the love. If you know me well, you know that I love love. So I see Rachel, I see Kay Walsh, hello. Who do I have on Facebook? I can't see who's on. So if you're jumping on Facebook, write me a comment, let me know who is here and where you're coming from in the world. Mario, hello my friend. Alrighty, so 3 online dating profile musts. And the reason I'm doing this is because, firstly, like I said, I am online dating at the moment, and I have this program called Calling in Your King, and there's one particular person that was in my last program who showed me her online dating, her profile. And when I saw her profile, I was like, oh my gosh, this is what we need to shift, and this is why you're not making any results or you're not creating results in this area. So I wanted to jump on and I wanted to share with you my 3 online dating must-have tips, all right? So this is about your profile. This is about what people see when they pop onto your profile. Now, if you are online dating, give me the little lady with the hands up. Write a comment. Tell me if you're online dating at the moment. The thing is, online dating is literally the way of the world these days. It's so crazy because I remember years ago, it used to be this thing, like online dating used to be this thing where we would be embarrassed to be known that we were online dating, or we would be like, a little bit just trying to hide it and not really tell people, or it was like an uncool way to date. And now it's the way of the world. It's literally how we meet people. We all have a phone, we all have social media, and we are all, here in this life to experience one thing. And I believe that one thing that we are all here to experience is love. We are all here to really dive deep and experience love. And it just so happens that online dating is literally the way of the world now. What up, Anna? What up, Mercedes? Who else is on? Sarah, hello, my love. Mercedes, you're on both platforms. So good. So for me, I've been online dating on and off for maybe the last 2 years-ish. And I've had some really cool experiences, and I've learned a lot along the way. And for me, it's not something to be embarrassed about. I am literally on this journey of calling in my one, and I strongly believe that you need to be in the game. If you're saying in your life that you're truly ready to call in your one, if you're saying that you are ready for that person, you're ready to meet that person in your life, yet you're like, oh, online dating, I'm not doing that, I'm not into that. Well, what happens if that person, your one, is on that dating site, and by you just being stubborn to not getting on it, you totally miss the boat. So I invite you, if you're not online dating and you have a thing about online dating, like a ickiness about online dating, is push up against that edge, push past that bit of uncomfortableness, and get yourself on there anyway, and just see what you can learn about yourself, see what you can learn about other human beings, just see what happens. Because in every moment there is beauty. There's literally beauty in every single moment. And even if you go through an uncomfortable situation, there's beauty in that if you choose to see it. So I want to share with you 3 online dating profile musts. So number 1 is what matters most. So really think about that, like in your life, what matters most to you? What I mean by that is like looking at your values in life, like what's important to you, what matters most for you in your life. And you want to have that be clear on your profile, because I don't know about you, but for me, I am very clear in what's important for me. And I would most definitely like to align with someone who shares some things that are important for me with them. So this makes a relationship way more easy and helps it flow easier. So what's important for you? What are your values? Is it that you're really family orientated? Is it that you like to be in service to the world, in contribution? Is it that you that like love is a really big part of your life? Like is travel something that's like really important to you? So I want you to think about that, like what is most important for you, and how can you put that in your profile so that people can actually see that that's something that's important for you. Because for example, this one of my students in my program, Calling in Your King, for her, family was super important, like going to family events, taking her partner to family events, super, super duper important. Now, what she experienced as she was online dating was she was meeting these men, and they weren't into the family thing. Like they didn't want to go to the family things. That was not for them. They only wanted to spend time with the people they wanted to spend time with, and they didn't want to involve themselves in her family and what her family was doing. Now, because she's a super family orientated person and those guys weren't, it didn't align. Like it just didn't align. So getting really clear on what is important for you. What are your values? Putting them in your profile. Like, hey, I'm really family orientated. I love spending time with my family and his family. Maybe travel's something for you. Travel, like, and I speak this from my own experience. My ex-boyfriend, I think we separated about 3.5, 4 years ago. Now, travel back then was one of my highest values. Not so much now, but back then, traveling was a high value for me. And at the beginning of the relationship, I never stated that, and I never made him aware that travel was really important for me. So I went through 2 years of that relationship just wanting him to come on a holiday with me, like saying things like I just want to go on a holiday with you. Like, why can't we just go somewhere? I really want to go on a holiday. Now, for him, it wasn't important for him. He didn't care about travel. He didn't want to travel. He was like a homebody. And, you know, because it was such an important part of my life and it wasn't for him, again, we didn't align. And so for me now, it's like, what is most important for me? And I invite you all to get really clear on that. Like, what is most important for you? And if you are online dating, in your profile, like state the things that are most important for you. Super, super duper important. All right, number 2, set the expectation. And now what I mean by this, and this is something that I have written on my profile, is I've written on my profile something like, my expectation is that you ask me out by the 3rd message. Now, the reason being is because I don't want a pen pal. Like, I do not want to be messaging back and forth with somebody for like days and days and days. I would prefer to like have them ask me out by the 3rd message. We go out, we have coffee, and then in that moment, I can tell if I vibe with the person or not, instead of me wasting my time. I do not want to waste my time. My time is precious. My time is important. And I do not want to waste my time with people that I don't feel aligned with. So That's my expectation. Ask me out by the third message. Now, it's interesting because some people, actually, less people than more, read that than others. So I think I've had like 1 or 2 guys be like, oh, it's the third message, I guess I should ask you out now. And I really appreciate when they do that, because I know that they've actually read my profile. So like, set your expectation. Like, what is your expectation? Maybe it's that the first date is a coffee date. Like, maybe it's like, ask me out by the third message so we can go for coffee and see if we vibe. You know, maybe it's dinner. Maybe your expectation, like, think about what your expectations are within a first date or a second date or a third date. So set your expectation, number 2. And number 3 is get creative. Like, really get creative with your profile. Think about, like, how are you uniquely different, and how can you show your personality within your profile? Like, really think about that. Like, how are you uniquely different from other people, and how can you show your personality within your profile? So what I mean by this is, like, take consideration with the pictures you put on your profile. Like, what exactly are the pictures you put on your profile, and what vibe are they giving off? So, for example, are you showing like pictures of like what is important for you in your life? Like, maybe pictures of you with your nieces and nephews if family is important for you. Or are you just putting like a whole bunch of like really beautiful pictures of you with makeup and like model shots? Like, what are you calling into your life? What kind of person are you attracting? And how can you show all of you in your pictures and in the writing, like what you actually state in your profile? So get really clear on that. Like, how are you uniquely different? Really sit with that. How are you uniquely different? Ask yourself that question. Like, how am I uniquely different from other people? And how can I show my personality within my profile, within the pictures that I put up? How can I show all of me? Maybe if you wear makeup a lot, like I like to wear makeup a lot, maybe you put a picture in your profile where you have no makeup on. So you're showing all of you, like you natural and you done up. Like, maybe you're showing a picture of you like dressed up, going out, like looking all beautiful and enhancing your natural beauty. Maybe then you're putting in there a picture of you, whatever you like to do, like sweaty from the gym, or like maybe it's that you go horse riding, or whatever it is for you. Like, really try and show all of you. This client of mine, this student that was in my program that actually shifted her profile, it was just so crazy to see how, and I speak this from myself too, not just my students in my program, but how for me a lot shifted too, where once I shifted my profile, instead of just having like a whole bunch of beautiful model shots, because I love to do photo shoots. So I have a billion beautiful shots. Once I started showing parts of me that were like the true me rather than just the beautiful pictures, I started bringing more of my own energy into my profile, and people were seeing more of me, like all of me. So when I showed this to my student and she did this, now she's like been dating and like attracting men that are more aligned with the truth of her and more aligned with what's important for her. So she's creating results. And the other thing is like, when you go into a date, like, and I will do this more on some of the other videos that I'm doing, because this is the first video of a 10-part series throughout the whole of February. So stay tuned for the rest of these amazing videos to come. However, one thing I just wanted to share with you guys is that instead of like, because as women, I know what happens, and I know there's a lot of men on this live right now too, so thank you so much, men, for like joining us. I love that. I love you all. But what I wanted to say is that when you go into a date, instead of like going into a date as a woman, I know that we're like, I wonder if they're going to like me. Like, that's something I used to sit in a lot. But instead of going into the date and being like, I wonder if he'll like me, it's like, I wonder what I can learn about this person. I wonder what I can learn about myself on this date. Instead of like, I wonder if he's the one. Like, what can I learn about me today? What can I learn about the human race today? What can I learn about interacting with another human being today? What can I learn about men today? What can I learn about women today? Like really sitting in the question and getting really curious. So again, I'm just going to go back over them. So 3 online dating profile musts. 1, what matters most? Values. Get super clear on your values. 2, set the expectation. For me, it's like, ask me out by the 3rd message so that we can see if we vibe. Number 3, get creative. How are you uniquely different, and how can you show your personality more in your profile? So if you got value from this, tag some of your single friends in this, send it to some of your single friends. If you're on Facebook, please tag 3 single friends. Hit the share button if this, if you got value from this. Help me to help more people. And just to wrap this up quickly, my round 2 of my program, Calling in Your King, where we dive into all of this stuff and a whole bunch more, starts in around 4 weeks. So if you are interested in applying for that, I'm going to drop the link on Facebook in the comments below. So click on that link to apply. There are limited spaces. And if you are on Instagram, go to the link in my bio and click on Calling in Your King, and you can apply that way. And that is all for today. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for joining. Again, if you know someone who could benefit from this, please share it with them. And I love you all. I appreciate you all. And I hope you're having a beautiful day or night wherever you are in the world. And I will see you soon.